Tom Holland may have just opened the door to the next Spider-Man era, and this time, Peter Parker might not be the only web-slinger in town. For years, fans have been waiting for Miles Morales to finally enter the live-action MCU, and now Holland has given one of his most promising updates yet. Not a confirmation, not a release date, but the kind of comment that makes fans feel like Marvel and Sony are at least thinking about the future. The biggest takeaway is simple. Holland wants Miles Morales to happen. He said he would be over the moon if he could help bring Miles into live action, and even more importantly, he wants to mentor whoever plays the next Spider-Man in the same way Robert Downey Jr. helped guide him when he first entered the MCU. That line is important because it makes the idea feel less like a replacement and more like a legacy. That is exactly why fans are excited. Miles Morales is not just another version of Spider-Man. He is one of Marvel's most beloved modern heroes, and thanks to the Spider-Verse animated films and PlayStation games, he has become a major name for an entire generation of fans. For many younger viewers, Miles is not the alternate Spider-Man, he is their Spider-Man. The question now is how the MCU could actually introduce him without rushing the story. Tom Holland's Peter Parker is currently in one of the most interesting places he has ever been. After No Way Home, the world forgot Peter exists. MJ and Ned have moved on without him. Aunt May is gone, Peter is alone, broke, and fully committed to being Spider-Man. That setup makes Brand New Day feel like a reset, but it also creates the perfect foundation for a future mentor arc. Think about it. Peter once had Tony Stark guiding him, pushing him, and challenging him. Now Peter is older, more damaged, and far more experienced. If Miles enters the MCU, Peter could finally become for someone else what Tony was for him. That would bring his journey full circle in a way that feels emotional and earned. But Marvel has to be careful. Miles should not appear just because fans want a cameo. His introduction needs weight. The worst version would be Miles showing up for a quick tease with no real story behind him. The best version would build him slowly, maybe starting with a mention, a family connection, or a small role before he becomes Spider-Man himself. And here's the fun part. The MCU has already hinted at Miles before. In Spider-Man Homecoming, Donald Glover played Aaron Davis, who comic fans know as Miles' uncle. He even mentioned having a nephew in the neighborhood. That was years ago, but Marvel rarely forgets a seed that useful. If they want to bring Miles in now, that homecoming detail gives them a clean way to say he has been in this world all along. Tom Holland's comment also arrives at a fascinating time because Spider-Man Brand New Day is already surrounded by rumors. Fans are speculating about Venom, Jean Grey, Hulk, Doctor Strange's spell, and Peter's dangerous physical evolution. Adding Miles Morales directly into that movie might be too much, but setting him up for Spider-Man 5 could make perfect sense. That is probably the smarter play. Let Brand New Day rebuild Peter first. Let audiences sit with the consequences of No Way Home. Then, once Peter has found his footing again, bring in Miles as someone who forces him to think about what Spider-Man means beyond himself. This is also where Holland's future becomes interesting. He has spoken before about not wanting to play Spider-Man forever unless the story remains worthwhile. That does not mean he is leaving tomorrow, but it does suggest he understands the character has to evolve. Introducing Miles would allow the franchise to grow without erasing Peter. And honestly, that is the best possible outcome. Fans do not want Tom Holland pushed out just to make room for Miles. They want both. They want Peter and Miles sharing the screen, learning from each other, and showing two different sides of what it means to carry the Spider-Man symbol. Miles could bring a new energy to the MCU. His powers are different, his background is different, and his relationship with the mask is different. He can turn invisible, use venom blasts, and approach heroism with a style that separates him from Peter immediately. That matters because the live-action films cannot simply repeat Peter Parker's story again. The emotional hook is not just new Spider-Man. It is Peter Parker realizing that the symbol he carries can outgrow him. After losing everything, that could be healing. He may feel forgotten by the world, but helping Miles could prove that his impact still matters. So, is Miles Morales officially confirmed for the MCU? Not yet. But Tom Holland's excitement feels like the strongest sign so far that the idea is alive. And if Marvel plays it right, Miles' debut could become one of the biggest Spider-Man moments since No Way Home. So what do you think? Should Miles Morales appear in Spider-Man 5, or should Marvel introduce him sooner in Brand New Day? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.